Turn it up.
I told you now.
Please.
You are worse than me.
Another year is ending. Shay, you dey whine me.
Keep it tuned.
So you see, most artists, even before now, like back in the music industry, most ladies, you have to wear that short thing, you have to wear that V-neck that is going down to your shoulder, just show this part of your body a little. So in the video, when you're dancing, just move your body like this small, so that you just. So you can imagine actually having to question. Waje is a vocal powerhouse.
Yes.
So it just goes to show that these people put in a lot of effort. That it doesn't make number one on the Billboard chart or on the Apple Music chart.
Listen to the best.
You dey whine me.
Welcome to the Batterbox podcast. This is actually the first podcast for the month of April 2023, and it's been a minute, guys. I've missed you guys. Yeah, my name is Benji. I bring amazing guests on the show to talk to you about different topics that you can definitely relate. And we are all about having fun and discussing issues that bothers the society and the community. And today I have a very, very special guest on the show today. She's an amazing friend of mine, and she's a music enthusiast, music business. How do you people call that thing? Can you just help me? Music business, what? Executive? Enthusiast.
No,
Yes.
I'm not yet at the executive level, just
Okay. And she's also an MC. Yeah, she's an MC and a journalist as well. The Ivy Queen. I don't have drums here. I would have just do like some drum rolls for you. How are you doing, Ivy Queen?
Dum.
Dum.
I'm good.
And did I also mention that Ivy was part of the member of the Music Business School Africa? What year was that?
That's 2021, Music Business Academy for Africa. Yes.
Yeah. So how did that go? I know you were very, very excited for that one.
Well, yes, actually, because when I signed up first to be a part of the program, but I wasn't picked initially, and then I registered through AudioMax, so I was selected as one of the beneficiaries for the program, and it was exciting. Truth be told, I did not know what to expect. I was just this young girl who just thought, I know someone that really has an amazing talent, and I'd like to manage this person. And here's an opportunity to learn how to manage this person. So let's just go. I wasn't sure of what to expect, but I signed up, and it was a whole package. I mean, it blew my mind. It was a starting point for me, but I was very glad to have been a part of that experience, because that has informed my journey and decision through the past few years since MBA 2021.
Yeah. I'm glad you actually finally had the opportunity to go through all of that training, because I remember when we had a conversation like some years ago about you trying to get into the music industry, doing the whole music thing and all. And it's actually very, very good to see how far you have come, and you're doing actually very, very well. And you guys, I'm so glad. I don't know why. I wish this was like a visual podcast, so you can see how very, very beautiful this young woman is. Absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I'm not trying to wash it, don't worry, but I'm just giving you the accolades you deserve. Alright, so down to the business today before Ivy Queen start blushing everywhere. Down to the business today. Today we are going to be talking about a very, very interesting topic, and I'm sure it's one that you definitely must have come across. Women in the music industry. That's the topic we're going to be talking about today. And I mean, it's just so perfect because you're a music enthusiast. You've gone, at least you have some level of experience in the music business. And you're like the perfect person to talk to concerning this topic. So why do you think there are more men than women in the Nigerian music industry?
Yes. This conversation.
Exactly.
This question. Why do I think there are more men than women in the music industry?
Yes, that's if you even think that there are more men than women, because it's relative.
Actually, there is this notion that the music industry is a male-dominated industry. So you see that most managers, most producers, most A&Rs, most music artists, they're male. So I dare say that it's actually a male-dominated industry. With regards to women not being a lot in this industry, because most women don't actually see music as something. I mean, the music business part of it now is something they can actually do. I mean,
as a creative, this man
of the industry, yes, they just think you're either an artist or you don't have a place there. And I think one of the reasons is awareness to start with, because they don't know that there is this place for them. Imagine going into a show or going into a studio and you meet a producer, you meet an artist, you meet a creative director, you meet a road manager. They're all male. And you're like, nah, this is not good for me. So definitely not. So I think awareness is one of them. Education is another thing, because it's one thing to know, it's one thing to have the opportunity to actually learn.
Yeah,
that's another thing. And this one is quite tricky. I think it is there is this notion that as women, long-term career, because going into the music industry, for someone like me, it's of course a long-term career. But for other persons that are women, it may not necessarily be one, because they believe, once you're done with a certain level of your education, you have to pick between family and your career. Yeah. So for most people, even start off going into the music industry as a career, at some points, it's not like a direct question when they ask you, okay, your family or your career. It's just it's subconscious that society puts in your mindset, like, okay, are you going to pick between your career or your family? But you see, the male folk can comfortably handle this too. In fact, most of them pursue their career and then just I don't mean to say this the wrong way, but
I get you. We all understand. We get you. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's awareness, education, and choices of life. I guess is one of the reasons that a lot of female are not in the music industry. I think so. But luckily, the Music Business Academy for Africa, I know at the time where I got sponsored by Audiomark to attend the program, they were promoting. I think they were giving some slots to female exclusively. Okay. So beneficiaries, they're trying to find ways to incorporate ladies into the music industry. And Godwin Tom himself is actually doing that. I think the program this year is looking for a 50-50 rate of men in the academy and women in the academy. So as you're pointing out as informed persons into the industry, that at some point, that you have the managing or the fighting grounds to leverage on both. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and sorry, that's the next aspect. So for the music, I think it's because most persons see a female artist as high risk.
As
high risk investment. They feel like, I could invest in this lady now, but then tomorrow she'll tell me that she's getting married, she's not doing music. Just a guy who actually, or she'll say tomorrow she's having emotions. Letting break her heart. She's not doing music again. So for them, they feel like women are very volatile. So the investments for them is not on a very high side, because if I know that if I go into this music industry and it doesn't work, I can get sponsorship and it's going to move for me. But then I'm also thinking, if I go into this industry and it doesn't work, I'm still seen as a high risk commodity. So I may as well just chill. So
those points are very, very valid, especially this last one you just mentioned, because I actually never thought about it that way. But that's actually very, very true. But then before these new school guys now, before the Wizkids, before the Davidos and all of that, during the time of the Two-Face and the P-Square, we had, it seemed like we had more women in the music industry. Like we had more female artists. I mean, I know I could count I know Sasha, I know Mocheda, I know Shay. Like they were like a lot compared to now, that you can just count them with your 5 fingers.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just more like background players to an extent. Like, they are venturing into another career path. I mean, we had that's why people like YJ and Amorumi, they just have to give them their flowers because they've been consistent.
So do you think there's there are really competitions among women, like female artists, like the way we have Wizkid and Davido and Burna Boy? Those ones, their own is established already. already? Do you think we have that nature of competition among female artists in the industry that is very strong, that is as strong as the men's own?
Yeah, we have competitions everywhere, I believe. No, for real though, we do, but I believe that even in the women music industry, there is. I mean, a few days ago, I was on Twitter and it was Savage against what's this lady? It was Savage against Yemi Alade.
Yeah, it's always the top game.
So exactly, I mean, one is Mama Africa, and no, the other one is
African band.
Mama Africa. This is Queen of Afrobeat. The other one is Queen of Afrobeats. You know, the fans are not taking it easy. So I think it is actually safe to say that there is that level of competition in the music industry, in the female music industry. It just may not be as pronounced because these guys, the Wizkids and the videos, they are feeding us always. Yeah. And at some point, it feels like Yemi Alade is on the resting part right now. I wouldn't want to say reclining, but she's just, she's not giving us something really new to feed in. But
would you say resting part? Would you say resting part? Because I feel like her audience is not even in Nigeria currently. Because I've seen like a lot of stuff that she did. Yes, I don't think our audience is in Nigeria currently. I think she's more appreciated outside of Nigeria.
Exactly, but in other African countries, that's true. Because even recently, she has sung with Angelique Kidjo. Yeah, she's looking to work more in partnership with other African artists, and I think her fan base more. She has quite a growing fan base outside compared to what we have here in Nigeria. But then I say this with all humility, treading carefully, because I mean, a fan can come at me and say,
don't say what you say. Talk. Yeah, say your mind. I beg. Nobody. I did. Yeah, nobody.
Thank you. But actually, I mean, compared to Tiwa Savage, Savage is loudly appreciated here in Nigeria a lot because of her recent collaborations with Arista, Young John, with Ashake. She is our faces. She's our faces always.
So then let's come down to like part of the nitty-gritty of the whole music industry, which I would say I think is promotions and PR and all of that stuff, music PR and everything. We see how the guys come up with different strategies, different PR strategies to promote their song and their brand as well, and compared to how the ladies run their own. Do you think, because it's because I don't even know how to put it now. It's like fans already know when. In Nigeria now, it has gotten so commonized that fans already know when an artist is like doing something for clout or doing something just to promote a music. You understand? And then now, coming to the female side of it looks like they do not actually put in so much effort or energy, or they don't actually go the length to promote their art, their work. They just do like probably surface work, PR and all of that.
I really don't think that. I really do not.
Oh yeah, let me land first, because the one I don't know if it's actually PR or not, but I think it's actually really worked for her. The one I know that was like very, very notable was the Tiwa Savage sex tape that was actually leaked. That was like, I don't know if it was PR or if it was not PR. That was mad.
That was PR. Do you think she didn't release any song afterwards now? Because I mean, that was when our Watangari album and EP was already out.
Yes, now she will need to promote it now. Are you whining me? She will need to promote it now.
I don't understand. So you did not know somebody's song. You did not know that song of the album.
No, that was already there now.
That album was a top-rated album. I mean, I think a lot of people slept on that album.
Yes. Tell us about it.
That was out. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you slept on that album. I think it was an EP. I think you slept on that music project actually. Yeah. Did you listen to it?
I had, normally when I'm listening to like music projects, I listen to them like 3 times. But I think there was a lot of projects that season that I didn't have time. I was very impatient. I just listened to it once.
Once minutes. No. A lot of persons slept because Watanga literally rose to the occasion, pun intended. Yes. Oh, okay. So let's talk about ladies putting in effort to promote their music product. I think they actually do.
Okay.
I really think this is it. Okay, for example, let's use Aresta for instance. Okay. That lady is having that lady, she's a lady, is having songs and on the world charts. She's topping on doing a lot of numbers. Now, one of the reasons you will feel like most of these female artists are not doing a lot to market and promote their music projects is because some of them are independent artists now. So it is more difficult, I dare say, for an independent artist to push their music projects than for someone who already has a label, because when you're under a label, you already have specialized hands already on deck to do different jobs to help push your music. You have the A&Rs that will listen to your project before it drops, criticize and scrutinize, bring this, bring that. You already have the marketing team, you already have the PR team, you have your managers doing the offline and offsite work. It's just you have a lot of hands to do it for you. But for independent artists, it's more challenging. And not to even mention that labels give you have fundings in label to push your music project. But for independent artists, you can't really say that much because it's quite challenging. Imagine, I think Julia can recently released numbers that independent artists will have to commit to having their music project even trend. I'm not talking about being number one now. I mean, like your budget to promote and market. It was in a couple dollars. So you can just imagine a female artist who is still struggling to make a name and sustain that name, not having about $500,000 to promote her song or $5,000 for the least to promote her music project. So it's just funding. Funding is a very major aspect. Funding and then having a team of persons. I mean, for the guys, Davido. Okay, let's not use Davido.
Those ones, their brand already sells them. So
exactly, and these people already have major signings and deals. Some of the female artists do not have a lot of the privileges that these guys have. So you can see that it's not entirely a balanced industry. So for the fact that I can still get to hear Yemi Alade's project when it's not even trending, the fact that I can get to hear Waje's project when it's not even trending, that's a lot. It goes to tell you that these people put a lot of work into getting their music projects out. So they do a lot. They really do a lot. I mean, recently Waje got, I think the last head is she won the award for the best vocalist, I think the category.
Yes, best vocalist.
Best vocalist. You can imagine, and there was one guy on Twitter that came out to question the head's decision for that particular category, and it just goes to show that these people are, there's this bunch of persons that move with the wave,
Yeah,
if the song is trending.
That's Nigerians actually, the whole of Nigeria actually.
So the whole of Nigeria. So you can imagine actually having to question. Waje is a vocal powerhouse.
Yes.
So it just goes to show that these people put in a lot of effort. That it doesn't make number one on the Billboard chart or on the Apple Music chart or on the Brits chart, the UK Billboard chart. It does not mean that they're not putting in effort.
Okay, so what I got from this now, you said the whole promoting of music projects and their art and all of that depends on the kind of artist they are, if they are independent or if they are under a record label. So let's take a look at Tiwa Savage, for example. Now, Tiwa Savage is already built. She's a big brand already. Do you think Tiwa Savage, as she is, because definitely she knows that if she drops any project today, they will pick it up. All our soldiers, what do they call them? Tiwa soldiers. They're going to pick it up.
Savage. Savage soldiers.
Yes, just like the same way Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy. Because at some point, I used to follow some weird people on the internet and say that these big guys do not actually need to budget for promotion and all of that. That was when I didn't know anything, but now I know better. So for
thank God for knowledge. We thank God.
Right.
Yeah.
So for someone like Tiwa Savage now, do you think it gets easier for her when it comes to the whole marketing and everything as a woman? See, even still with these big boys, the Davids and the Wizkids, with these big boys around, something I learned recently, like they usually have these calendars where they release music projects, and if your project is clashing with another big name in the industry, you have to shift or postpone it. Or if you have some
Black Bones comes to mind.
Exactly, Black Bones. Black Bones have suffered on this table too much.
Oh no. I think he ought to beg something like which they saw.
It is like
you guys should fix up your
at this point, I think he needs to hold like a meeting with Warner Music, Universal Music, and all of them. I beg them, like, seriously. So, for that kind of case now, do you think she stands a chance, like with these big guys in the industry already?
To start with, Tiwa Savage has an audience.
Yeah.
So does Wizkid.
Yeah.
So does the video. One thing is, most of these artists, besides feeding their audience, they're looking to break into new markets.
Yes.
That's where the competition actually is. It doesn't get any easier for most of these guys. You can see the way the video is promoting his album right now. Like,
yeah.
Like he did carry affair like him.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get easy, especially with the new media, where they just keep unveiling and discovering new artists, and they just keep saturating. Now, it doesn't take a lot in quotes to go viral.
Yeah.
I mean, when on the ground somebody can just do something, it blows, and then your music project that you've been working with for a very long time, it just goes under.
All it needs
so
is just Don Jazzy's reposts, and you're good.
Or one viral moment on TikTok.
It's crazy.
So I don't think it gets easier for them. I don't think it gets easier for women in the music industry. But the beautiful thing is they always top it. They're always ready. Someone like Tiwa Savage is constantly. If she came into the industry and she adapted into the Nigerian music industry, she came in. I mean, when I heard them, "Don't Leave It On My Heart."
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. Yeah.
I was actually lost. Exactly.
You were where? Where were you? Where were you? Tell me.
No. Wait. What are you trying to do,
No,
Benjamin?
you said you were. Like how old?
I can't remember now. For real though, I can't remember precisely. But
were you in primary school? Were you in primary school or secondary school?
I don't know, but I knew that I wasn't in the university then.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember watching it on our TV at home.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in university. I had Kelly Love, and I was actually impressed. Like, this lady is giving us, this foreign, this Western vibe, but she was able to fuse it with Afro. So that was beautiful. And then I heard "Don't Leave It On My Heart," and I realized that the market actually accepted it. Said, okay, so she has a lot of navigating to do, but she seems to be evolving with time, and you can see that she has evolved with the times a lot. We've heard Eminado, we've seen her do a lot of things, and she is one lady that no matter the challenges, even with the old school guys leaving, she has a song with Arya Star, which is like the musical sensation right now.
Yeah.
So you can see that she is actually making effort to, I won't want to say stay relevant, but to just to show that this music thing she's got to unlock.
She's Mommy G.O.
No, she's not Mommy G.O, please. She's not anybody to be higher. It's Mommy G.O that is pointing fingers at her. But yeah, we take a talk like this. Mommy G.O, please. Don't need to go to hellfire.
You are next.
You
are next.
That lady that was on Benji show, that people that listen to podcasts. People that listen to podcasts.
I'll probably have to put your picture up now so that she'll be able to describe you well. Like, she always have like very, very funny descriptions.
Well, I'm not doppelgangers around the world, but it's okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Benji, you don't have my recent pictures. No, they do that same.
Trust me now. You know I have my way. Trust me.
I didn't look like Benji. You recruits, they loud like.
We'll see that. No, Allah. I beg. So So yeah, I know you've managed like a couple of artists, both male and female artists, at some point, and I just want you to tell us, how is it like? Give us a little background on the differences you took note of when managing both a male artist and a female artist.
Okay. Well, managing a female artist is almost as it's almost the same thing as managing a male artist. You just have different points in which you can, lead to these people.
Okay.
I mean, when it's time to, reach your target audience for the guys, especially based on the kind of music you do, you can easily say, okay, we're appealing to the ladies. We need to get the ladies. Once we can get the ladies on lock, we can start building the fan base from there. And then for the ladies, appeal to the lover boys, and then some ladies that are love struck, we can get them. It's just different strokes for different folks. But for differences, let's say I have two artists in my head right now, and I'm trying to think what's different. It's just life problems. For the lady, I manage people, or most of the artists that I've worked with are persons that are actively involved in some other commitments. So music was a future full-time decision.
Oh, future.
So they were just
okay.
Yes. Okay, for example, one of them is a student who recently just graduated.
Okay.
And you just know that, okay, at this point in time, it's school, it's not music. Music can come. Music is secondary to my education.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I mean by having, exactly. So, in the long run, I'm going to major in music. But for now, I have circumstances at that point where we're bringing in different challenges. But generally, managing a female artist is not the same as managing a male artist, because from the aspect of branding, leaving marketing aside, the aspect of branding, that is I think that's where the bulk of the work lies. Because first, you don't want your artist, as a female artist or as a female manager, you don't want your female artist to sound like every other person, because then you feel like there's a difference. You're trying to get that unique sound, and then you don't want her sounding like somebody else, so they don't feel like, oh, you are the short-changed version of this person. And then, in as much as you're trying to, I'm just going to say this out plain. Let's not lie to ourselves. Yeah. Most of the female in the music industry, let me say especially Nigerian, they are objectified.
Does that still happen till now?
Yes, actually.
Wow.
They have to be seen in a particular light sexually to appeal to certain persons. So you see most artists, even before now, like back in the music industry, most ladies, you have to wear that short thing, you have to wear that V-neck that is going down to your shoulder, just show this part of your body a little. So in the video, when you're dancing, just move your body like this small, so that they are very objectified. So now,
sorry, I'm cutting you short. About that part that you say, don't you think is based on influence? Because someone like Arya Star now, for example, because there's been like people have been complaining so much on Twitter about her dressing and all of that. Let's say, for example, now Arya Star has been watching Tiwa Savage, and of course you know how Tiwa Savage usually is on live performances, on her music videos, always dressed to kill and all of that. Let's say someone like Arya Star hoping to be like her, and she now opts to dressing more like her. So now, would you say that is kind of is the audience fault, or she's the one trying to project something to to get favor? Because at this point now, I think
that most artists, especially female artists, their kind of music decides their branding. Okay. So imagine, I cannot say, I want to be a music artist that is dominantly a gospel artist, and I'm just like Arya Star, for example. Yeah. That the community, my target audience, does not necessarily appreciate that kind of outlook. So your kind of music influences your branding. Yeah. So someone like Arya Star, she was to be perceived as a Gen Z artist. Okay. Like, look, and you know that this is a Gen Z artist. So everything has to align to her branding, her music style, her outfit, her posts, her comments to an extent, her relationship with the media and her fans. Everything has to point to the fact that she is Gen Z. So
And in the same
artists.
way, objectifying herself to an extent.
Well, why should I see a female artist that is her kind of music is there's a word. Okay, an R&B artist.
Okay.
But or a soul artist. Okay,
you can just add Afro. That's what we do these days. Afro R&B, Afro soul. Just add Afro. We'll understand.
Okay, so you imagine me being an R&B artist, and you expect me to be wearing overall every time. It's not corresponding.
Okay.
I mean, if you can build your brand around that, then it will work. But most times, some of the times, the branding and the music has to go in line because we are satisfying a particular audience. And what appeals, when you hear my song and you see me, is there a correlation? Is there a marrying?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So objectifying is subjective. I would dare say, because I mean there are guys that don't necessarily mind Arista's outfits.
Yeah.
To them it feels like her songs actually are marrying with what she looks like. But then there are some persons that are quite very African in nature.
Yeah. Yes, African.
It needs to be open-minded. I am saying this very respectfully. It needs to be open-minded and feel like that is no way how she's supposed to even look. They're not even considering, and if you check, most of these persons are persons that don't necessarily have music business experience or a background knowledge of what the industry is. So they just feel like you're an African, you're supposed to dress and cover all yourself. We don't care about the kind of song you're making.
True that. So going forward now, how do you think upcoming female artists should position themselves? Because last year and 20 was it even last year? Okay, let's say from 2021 2022 the wave of upcoming artists was crazy, and 90% of them were all 90% of them were they were all males. We had people like Magix, we had Bayani, we had what's this guy name? Boy Spice, all of them crazy guys coming up. And then from the female side, we just had like Ira Star, we had Fave, and then who else? Pretty much just both of them. Well, definitely there was
Code AF. We have so I have to think of this.
Yeah, definitely the other. But this is exactly what we are talking about. This is exactly what we are talking about. So, how do you think they should position themselves? While getting into the industry, what should they be prepared for? Because after now, I'm sure most women, female artists would have seen the whole thing now and say, this is how these guys that just came newly, this is how they did, this is what they did, and okay, we are planning for this year, we are planning for next year. Yes. So
let me just drop this.
All right.
One thing you should know: a lot of female artists are cooking right now. They are in their cooking phase.
From the mouthpiece of the assistants of women in music industry, you guys heard it here first.
They drop.
Wow.
No, when they drop, for real though, because I would, as a female artist, I wouldn't want to rush into the industry. I have to take my time to prepare. So most of them are yet to be activated. Let me use Maven quotes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
True that.
Most of them are still in the breeding process. We're seeing new generation of artists that are good recording artists, but they are not really great live performance.
Yeah.
So I believe that these ladies, I believe most of them are even coming from the live recording industry.
Yeah.
Or live recording knowledge of the industry, and they're coming into the recording industry. So they're taking their time to brand properly, to prepare. They don't want to come and be a one-time hit or a one-time wonder. So they are cooking.
Wow.
So when they are released into the industry, you know that they're coming to take it by storm. They are not half-baked. They are artists that you will hear them perform live, and then you hear the recording and you'll be mind blown. Artists that would have structure, artists that would have a beautiful marketing plan, a beautiful PR, will have an amazing team, and their music is nothing short of amazing.
So yeah, you guys, you've heard it from Ivy. Just so you know, Ivy is on her way to becoming the female version of the Don Jazzy of our time, and you guys should just get ready. Very soon, very very soon, she's going to open her own record label, and you can hear what she's saying and how she's spitting, man. She's not even joking with you guys. She already knows these people. So if you are a woman or you're a female artist or you're aspiring to be in the music industry and you do not know Ivy Queen, sorry is your name. Thank you so much for coming on this podcast, Ivy.
Thank you so much. And actually to other female artists or female persons looking to explore the music industry listening to this podcast, maximize the new media, especially social media.
Definitely.
Recently I saw Timbaland just activated or found a new lady on TikTok.
Through TikTok Live. I mean, how crazy is that?
Yes, it was crazy. So sell out your market. I know a friend who just recently got a sync license from a song that she released in 2019. So put that song out, put that cover out. You think you might not get the necessary traction you need right now, but give it time. Give it 6 months, 3 months,
marinate.
8 months, 2 years, and it is going to blow your mind. There are a lot of other aspects in the industry that you can explore, and your music can pay even without being a viral artist. So put that song out, put the effort. Consistency is necessary. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. The male-dominated industry, don't worry. No matter, they should keep dominating. But they bring in the most. They don't necessarily. So don't worry about it. Put it out, girl. Women power, we're here for you. See, the Ivy Queen is here for you. We're in the music industry because
Girl power. Thank you so much, Ivy Queen. You've been dropping gems back to back, and I do really, really appreciate you. And thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I mean, it's been amazing all through.
Thank you for having me on the conversation. It's been a pleasure.
So our quick one. How do we work with you now? If a female artist try and contacts you and would want to work with you, what are the capacities we can work with you in the music industry?
I'm open to be right now. As a manager, I'm looking to work with a lot of developing artists, emerging artists. I think that's the right phrase. I'm looking to working with a lot of emerging artists, especially from the position of a manager or an unofficial consultant.
Oh wow, amazing!
So,
good stuff.
So as a manager or as an unofficial consultant, I can work with persons in this category, or as your PR guy, because the PR, the management aspect I look forward to exploring, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. And I'm open to further collaborations. I'm open to contributing my quota in ways that I can.
Good stuff. And also, do not forget that I get like 5% of whatever proceeds that come in. Let's not forget that.
You say what? what related to Bashi?
Emotional support. All right. So how can we find you online? Your social media. What are your handles? How can we find you online?
Okay, it's _ the Ivy Queen _ THEIVYQUEEN on Twitter and on Instagram. _ the Ivy Queen. Or you can send a mail at the Ivy Queen. That's the Ivy Queen. _N THEIVYQUEENN @gmail.com.
All right. Thank you very, very much for coming on the show once again. It's been an amazing time.
Thank you so much, Benji, as well. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. All right, guys. So do not forget, if you want to be a part of the conversation, you can simply send us an email to talk@batterboxpodcast.com. talk@batterboxpodcast.com. And do not forget, we are on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook @BatterboxPodcast. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel @BatterboxPodcast also. My name is Benji, and I will come your way next time with another amazing guest. Ciao.
Turn up. I told you now.
You are worse than me.
Another year is ending. Sure, you didn't whine me.